Okay, let's get started. This is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. Rain or shine, it's stamping time, and today is Friday afternoon. It's a sunny day, a pleasant fall day. The nights are getting cooler, but it warms up during the daytime and we have sunshine. So it's a great day for a fabulous Friday Facebook Live. Before I get started on the project, I wanted to share with you, I was part of a swap recently, and I wanted to share with you some of the cards that I received. The swap, we make 10 cards. No, we make 11 cards. One of them, the organizer of the swap keeps to send out, and then we each get back 10 cards that we haven't made. The funny thing is, the very first swap that I did, it was for 5 cards, and I made 5 different cards, not knowing at the time that you're supposed to make 5 of the same card. So I went to all the work of designing 5 different cards and mailing them off. Then I learned. And well, beginner's mistake. So this one is from the annual catalog. I think these are all from the annual catalog, actually. I can show you the ones from the fall catalog in a minute. But anyway, this one is Gone Fishing, I believe. And there's this one. And then there's a stamp set that is a bundle that is crafting oriented. This one is Fresh as a Daisy. This one I believe is Textured Earth and Elegance. So let me go back, because we do get to know. Okay, so that was what Cheerful Daisies bundle was, this one. This one is Crafting with You bundle. And this one is the Countryside Corners bundle with an interesting dies. And then that first one was Gone Fishing. Yes. I've made several cards with that. Okay, so the next one is Inked and Tiled. And then we have Coffee with Friends. This is a really great one to do coloring. Oh. This card is Layering Leaves. And it has a nice exposed brick texture in the back. No, it looks like maybe it's a combination. And this one's, it's a science, rather unique card. And this is one of the ones I really love. Yes, the background is exposed brick and is called Hey Chuck. It goes along with the cards, goes along with the Retired Birthday Chick and Hey Chick ones. So those were from the annual catalog. Let's see. And I have them from this fall catalog right here. I haven't taken them out of the bags yet, so it makes it a little hard to see because of the shine. The stamp set for this one is Christmas Classics. We generally, when we do our swaps, we put them in these clear plastic envelopes to protect the layers. This one is Sparkling Snowflakes. What's really cool about it is it punches out the end, so you have tags with this really cool punched snowflake. This one is Merriest Trees. This one is Magical Meadow. It's got one of the most stunning, the suite has a beautiful designer series paper that goes along with it. This one is Pick of the Patch Bundle. This one's a cool card. It's a fancy fold. And the designer series paper is all about autumn. I love that paper. I've made several projects with it. I've done a couple of Facebook Lives using that designer series paper. Here's another Pick of the Patch. A little bit different. This more is a happy Halloween one. And we have another Halloween one. It is a little treat box. That you can make. It's got candy corn. It's even got the directions. See how it opens up? And then you seal the bottom up. You can put your treats in there. And then there's this with a grateful heart. This is the Autumn Leaves bundle. And this one is the Berry Cute bundle. It's actually a punch. And, yeah, the Berry Cute punch punches that out. And then the punch from the Merriest Trees will punch that out from the designer series paper that goes with it. And there's this last one. I have not ordered it, but I really love the card. You know how it is. You go through the catalog, if you're like me, you go through the catalog and you go, oh, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. And then when you see something made with it, you go, oh, my goodness, I have to have that. And this one I really love. I really love this Noel. Simple, but yet very effective. So that is the swap that I was in from the Fall Mini catalog. So now let's get on to making a card. I'm going to be using this stamp from Merriest Trees. It's a wonderful greeting shaped like a tree. And the this is a photopolymer stamp set, and it has all kinds of little packages and bows and ornaments. And then the other greetings are love and joy. I've used it a lot already. To you and yours, hoping your home is filled with the spirit of the season. So it's a very useful Christmas set. And these are the dies that go with it. And you can layer your tree by using this die and then cutting one that's this size and cut one that is, okay, let's start from the bottom up. Okay, so it goes like that, and then it goes like this, and it goes like this, and then finally the top layer sits on top like that. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 depths to your tree. I think it's very cool. Hardest part is putting them all back. We're going to be using this die for the project today. Now, where does that go? The dies also have strings of beads that you can die cut and put on the tree. It has a cute bow right here, cute bow. I used that to make this card. This one I just stamped and cut out with the largest of the tree dies, but then I made red bows, and the stars are also included in these dies. So there's a big star and there's several little stars. So it's a very, very useful set. Here's another card that we made at a class on last Sunday. Had beginners, and so we made it a little bit easier to make. But this is how the greeting stamped in the center of a tree, how effective it is. Okay, so this is the card we're going to make today. And I had these scraps laying on my carding table because this is One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series paper, and it is 6 by 6. And so the project I was making, I had to cut off an inch off one side because I was layering it, and I wanted, let's see. Anyway, I had an inch wide strips left over, and I thought this would be perfect for a card to use up those scraps. As a matter of fact, I was very careful to save them. So we have the card base is petal pink. Let's stop and think of it. 8.5 by 5.5, or if you prefer, you could do it 11 by 4 1/4 and score and fold on 5.5. Ooh, I did not do a good job of folding that. Dang. See, I didn't get it even. We can trim it off, but I'm going to just use this back side because I already have all these strips cut. These are 4 inch by 1 inch, and then I chose to mount them on pebbled path cardstock, which is for 1 1/4 inches by 4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I'm going to use multi-purpose glue because you can move it around slightly if you don't have things lined up perfectly. You have a short period of time that you can move it around. Oh boy, lots of glue. I have several of those tubes, and some of them have more better openings than others. Okay. So my edge is a little bit jagged, if you can tell, and I'd have to say I did that on purpose. But if you really wanted to have it jagged like that, you wouldn't be able to do it. Accident. I didn't notice that they were cutting so poorly. Might have to clean up my cutting blade. But that's going to add to the rusticness of the card, right? And I know if I hadn't said anything, you probably wouldn't have even noticed. But I'm one of these perfectionists, kind of. I like to be able to do it right. And if I can't do it right, I have a hard time saying, that's good enough. So we have our 4 sections. I'm going to mount them on the card, and they are supposed to go from top to bottom. I am going to trim this card to it needs to be 4 1/4 for it to fit right. So, because I want them to fit like that, with just an edge around them. And I'll lay them out like this. And I could just use adhesive seal and put it down flat, but I decided I'd like to have that portion just standing up, kind of like panels. So I'm going to use glue dots, or no, Stampin' Dimensionals. And so that I can get them all spaced out correctly, I'm going to do the 2 end ones first to set one up. There, that's good. And we'll do this one. Try to get it lined up equally. Like that. Then we can put the middle ones in. This is pretty tight this time. Let's see if I can move this over a little more. Maybe I can move this one. If you pull gently, Stampin' Dimensionals might come up. That one didn't. Put a little bit of glue on it. Nope, that one didn't come clear up either. And I'll move it over more, closer to the edge. And then there'll be room for this one. The only problem with pulling them up is you get the cardstock bit a little bit. Now my problem was, where do I put the greeting? Because I didn't want to cover up the fence. I really didn't want to cover up the trees. So, and I wanted to use this "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" stamp. So I ended up, I first tried it on some crumb cake cardstock, and that, blah. But I discovered this is one of the designer series papers in the set, and I thought, oh, this might be very pretty. See how it is there, but not in your face, the background, just the greeting is there. So I stamped on here and cut it out. That's what we're going to do now. I'm going to do it this direction so that it can fit on. And I'm using Early Espresso. That's one of the colors in the set, or in the designer series paper. Okay, this is not going to stick. And so that I can line it up, so I can make sure that I can get a die cut, I'm going to place the die in the rear and stamp through the die. Like that. Perfect! Now this is too wide to go through the mini stamp and cut and emboss. So I'm going to trim it down a little bit. I don't want to trim away those trees though. Hope I didn't cut too much. Here are plates. Yeah, I can do it this way. Uh-oh. Boy, that was close. Put a little washi tape to hold it in place. Stampin' Up! Tried to come up with a magnetic platform for their machines, but they just couldn't get the technology to work to their standards, so they went back to the drawing boards, and I don't know if they're going to be able to come up with one yet or not. I hope. I still use my scissors one. Swear by it. Oh, no, we're not supposed to swear, are we? And there we have, nicely cut out, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And since this is on 3D, I decided not to put this with stamping dimensionals. I'm just going to use a little bit of seal on here, just like that, and line it up like so. Oh, the point is not quite sharp. Oh well. Now, to make it a little fancier, I'm going to use some Wink of Stella. This stuff is magical because it gives a nice shine. I think I'll put a little bit on here. Oh no. Yeah, it's working. just kind of randomly on the whites areas. And perhaps maybe some on the tree, along the branches. So there, can you see the shimmer? It's really pretty subtle. Oh, there you can see it. You can see it on the trees. Anyway, so there you have it. It's fairly easy, fairly quick, and it has used up scraps. Now, I was going to make a second one today using where'd it go? Using the All About Autumn stamp scraps from pecan pie cardstock, and I really wanted to use this pattern, which happens to be on the back side of the ones, and I didn't have enough to do all of them. I mean, to have the 1 1/4 for the back. So what I planned to do is just put a little strip of adhesive along here. Let's see, this is up, and layer it like so. Got enough time, I'll go ahead and make most of this, at least, to show you what it would look like. Okay, so now I have it on the left side, so I'll put that. Oop. That. And the last one. Oh, I put the glue on the wrong side. Shoot. And I was so careful. Let's take and wipe it off this side. Shouldn't be too much of a problem because it's going to be popped up with Stampin' Dimensionals anyway. And then hopefully they'll stretch across here well. Like that. So again, we'll put the Stampin' Dimensionals on. So you can see that this layout can work for all kinds of scrap designer series paper. Like that. And then for the greeting, very vanilla. Thought that would go well. And this stamp set, that's the stamp that says, "Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful." And again, I'll stamp it with, I'm going to stamp it now with copper clay. I think that would be beautiful. Copper clay is not in my stamp rack, so I will use instead the pecan pie, because that will look nice too. And this time I am going to use one of the deckled circles dies, the third from the, no, the third from the inside, like that. It's too wide. Base out of the way here. Put the die on there so it's straight. It doesn't really have to be straight because it's a circle. You just have to have it even, actually. You know what? I'm going to turn it around so I don't send as much through the die cutting machine. carefully peel it off. And I could just put it on there like that, but I'm going to get some copper ribbon. Okay, copper ribbon. This beautiful copper ribbon will just bring out the copper of that. And I think I'm going to make it go back and forth across this circle here. This I'm just creating as you watch. I'm going to put a couple of things of adhesive here. And let's see what we end up with. That. Bring it back down. Like that. Bring it back up. Kind of like that. I'm going to have to put it down though on this thing so that it so I can cut this end. I'm just going to need, I'm going to put a glue dot in between these layers here. Should fit just right. And that will help to secure it. Ta-da! Oh, I just love it when things go together perfectly. Or beautifully, however you like. So we have same layout, 2 different designer series papers, a Christmas, and a Thanksgiving one. I love it. Thank you for watching. This is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. Rain or shine, it's stamping time. My blog is sue@soggystamper.com. Oh, that's my email, sorry. And if you have any questions, email me there. If you do not have a demonstrator and live in the United States, I'd love to be your demonstrator, and I will be happy to send you for free the fall mini catalog. My blog is www.soggystamper.com, and my shop is creationsbysue.stampinup.net. And I will have this up on my YouTube channel this afternoon.